Cold open.
I don't think you can just say cold open as a cold open. I feel like SNL would have done that years ago.
And we're playing Evil Within.
New game plus. We just shot a dog with a bazooka.
Bad dog.
Oh, Bastion.
I have a rocket launcher. Welcome to church.
I don't know, this reminds me of my church days
And then he
as a
sings.
child.
Then he sings "Take Me to Church."
That's what he sounds like.
Jesus, it was loud and hurt my ears. I didn't want any of it.
I feel like our audience is
Just like church.
Aw.
Get fucked, established religion. I'm taking you down right now. Stop. Please.
Good God, let me give you my life.
Alright, I'm fine now.
I'm gonna go to a karaoke night one night
Kill
and just like somewhere and just like really straight faced walk up and be like, all right, so I'm gonna like talk in my normal voice, like I'm gonna sing my song now.
Yeah.
Like just like really weirdly high pitched and just the worst possible just like sound on the ears. Every single song.
So you
I
mean
do.
like normal music?
Yeah. We are intellectuals.
I think there's what's the show in Britain that has the guy from like Whitest Kids You Know in it, like one of the children for that. And it's just like they're talking, he's like, "Oh, you're a fucking professor. Think you can just? I never watched Lord of the Rings. I'm so fucking smart. Fuck you." Something like that.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I love the whitest kids you know.
It wasn't from the Whitest Kids You Know. It was like
Oh yeah, but I mean like
Yeah,
the people on
they're
it are
good,
just like
yeah.
really talented, really funny guys, and I'm sad that their show ended.
he didn't know that guy. Those guys in their, these two were like a great comedy pairing in their show. And it's very good.
Which one is it from?
That's like the fat,
WKUK.
short kind of guy.
Oh, Timmy.
Yeah, Timmy.
At least like that's like always his name in like every
Yeah.
sketch. So I'm assuming that's like his actual name.
No. It's totally not.
Yeah, it's like my favorite WKUK sketch is Timmy Talk. It's just him doing a really bad talk show where he is the only guest and the host.
So we were talking about the VGHL episode that we watched. So if you don't watch that on this show before, go watch that one, the Wildlands episode, so you know what we're talking about.
Put it down. Throw down a link.
Yeah, there it is. Right in the right-hand corner. I'm not going to add a link.
You should throw it right in like the top left. Like right, but it says right hand corner, throw it in the top left, and as soon as I make a joke about it, throw it down to the bottom right corner.
But I was watching that episode again. That's the closest we've gotten to doing Eric Andre on our show before, because that shit went so off the rails in non sequitur ways.
I wasn't expecting that to happen with that episode. I guess that's just when you, me, Joe get in the same space.
Also, how am I not dead?
I don't know. Like, physics just kind of stops working in this.
Yeah.
It's like where a light tap from a zombie can completely murder you, but falling like 5 or 6 stories is just a mild inconvenience.
It's like, ow. And he like moves on.
Yeah. Now you gotta fight the keeper. And let me tell you, he is not a keeper.
Oh, I was going to try to say that too.
Thanks. I'm glad we're in the same headspace.
Bad.
It's like the more we do this together, like the closer our jokes become, and it's honestly frightening.
I think the thing that you've not been actually realizing is we make a
We're
lot of the
already-
same jokes.
Yeah, I think we've already been there. It's just now we're spending even more time together, and we're realizing that we've always been there.
Video games are alright.
Video games are great.
Take them or leave them.
They're art.
No.
It's just like you're wrong, and I can prove it with science.
As Roger Ebert once said, Power Rangers is an alright film.
Did he say that? Is that
Oh,
a verbatim quote from Roger Ebert?
I don't know.
'Cause I know he once said, "Babe, Pig in the City" is a fantastic film.
He's not wrong.
So I've never watched it,
Yeah, don't fucking judge unless you haven't seen.
but Roger Ebert gave it like a ridiculously high score, and that's just like it's like one of those things you're like, of all things that would be the movie that Ebert would be like, this is a fantastic film. It's Babe 2, Pig in the City.
Who's it directed by again?
The guy who directed Mad Max.
Yeah.
George Miller.
Yeah, George Miller.
Yeah.
Explains a lot, if you ask me.
Yeah, that part where Babe rode out with war paint on and said, I have become eternal, as he was on fire.
And then he killed people trying to eat him. God.
Yeah, also, the all-metal soundtrack.
It's very good.
I want to see a Babe Mad Max crossover event.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
I'm gonna go get that greenlit right
I still
now.
want to see the Mad Max Willy Wonka crossover. That's what I've been wanting.
What?
What? You said your crossover, I wanted mine.
Yeah, but mine makes sense
No, it doesn't. Why does it make sense?
because it's George Miller.
Yeah, but I mean, I can just do whatever I want.
No, you can't.
Apparently not.
Yeah, you fuck. Hammer time.
This isn't Super
No one would
Mario
have thought of
Bros.
that joke.
I just want to say this isn't Super Mario Bros. I just shoot a man in the head. Jesus!
His brains and memories come spilling out.
And then I eat them. That's how I gain their memories.
Exactly.
That's actually a mechanic in Divinity 2, by the way.
Wait, when you kill
If you're
things,
an elf, 'cause you can pick like four. You can pick 4 races and then a skeleton of each race.
a skeleton.
Yeah, like an undead version of like it's like human, dwarf, elf, lizard, people,
Undead of each of them.
and then it's just undead human, undead elf.
Is there an advantage to being an undead?
Yeah, you get like weird abilities. It's pretty alright.
Do people talk to you?
Oh, they're like, what the fuck? This fucking undead thing's here. And they are running away, and you're like, I've come in peace.
So it's like you can't use stores or anything because you're.
I
an
think
undead?
you put on like a mask to hide your face, but then you can just take it off whenever you want to. Game's weird, but like you just find body parts and you just eat them, and they're like, you know, this character must live, must live, must live, and then you just like then like the text box disappears, and you're like, all right, gain 3 health.
You just have like a sudden like flash of all their memories.
Yeah.
And then you heal up.
That's how they try to justify elves as being smart, as like them being like, oh, because they eat memories. That's why they get a lot of knowledge, which is an interesting take. I like Divinity 2 so far. It seems really good. Why are you breaking my things?
I'm just saying, now I've got this picture in my head of Orlando Bloom just like munching down on things' brains in the middle of Lord of the Rings, just being like, ah!
Speaking of cannibalism,
For health. Yeah.
I had a recent talk with someone who was asking if cannibalism is okay or not. And what do you think about cannibalism? Do you think it's okay or not?
Extreme survival scenarios
So hear me
where
out here.
one person has already
What if-
killed over.
I'm gonna ask you this question. I'm not being not.
I'm just saying, like, you know, like that
Yeah.
plane crash with like the soccer
What if
players.
someone
where
like
they
what if
ate,
you're
like,
just sitting at home and someone like came up to you who you could trust implicitly because it's God or something, I don't know, whatever. And he's like, hey, got an arm here. If you can eat it, it's gonna be totally fine. I'm not gonna be mad about it or anything. And if you eat it, you're not gonna get sick or anything. Would you be like? And he's like, don't worry, no one will ever hurt you. Never get in trouble for this. Would you try it?
No.
I'd try it.
Just like out of sheer curiosity, he would be like, I gotta at least like. give it a
So
little
I've had
taste.
this
Human? Oh.
I'm a moral, or like I think my ethics are just have to be. If I can't go to the very extreme with it, they're not good ethically to me. Of being like, oh, I can eat cow, pig. What? So
So you're
humans off the table, I guess. Like, which doesn't make
So
any
you're
sense.
saying like
to me.
if you eat meat, then
Yeah.
you're like the logical conclusion is that I would eat human.
Yeah, like you have to, or you're like, what's your line? Oh, animals are fine to kill, and I'm like, all right.
Well, I mean,
Where's
you could
that
say
line
you
get
could
drawn?
say
You
sentient,
fucking weirdo.
like sentient creatures, like anything with which can be qualified as self-aware.
Was a dog self-aware?
No, not at all. Not in the
Jesus.
same way.
It's fucked up, man. But yeah, I need a human child. And then that ended up with us getting on the question of is incest okay? Thomas, look me deep in the
I
eye.
feel like I'm gonna say no, and you're gonna be like, well, if you have sex, but you won't have sex with your sister, then what's the point?
Well, no, that one was more. I like hearing everyone's argument for it, and I actually don't think there's like an argument against it. I just don't think there's one that exists that makes sense. I can understand not wanting.
I mean,
to
there's the
because
biological argument
of like you could have like
that
more,
like it brings out bad recessive traits
yeah,
and
but
genes.
at that point, everyone still has sex with people who have bad recessive genes in general.
yeah, but it's like this just guarantees that those traits will become.
Yeah, but like that'd mean like, hey, why don't we just kill off bloodlines then? Because like at that point, like
I
just
feel
don't
like
want
that's
bad genes.
there's still a pretty big step.
Are you
between
saying that like the me of where I say my ethicalness is you have to be able to go to the extreme because that's usually how things work? Look at where we are right now, Tom.
I just love. I'm like, hey, I don't want to have sex with my cousin.
Neither
You're
do
like,
I.
oh, you eugenicist.
Well, if your reason for not wanting to have sex with your cousin is, well, you
I'm
know,
saying-
I love them as like a family member, and I just don't see myself ever sexually attracted to them. Like that makes sense perfectly, totally
Well, I'm
reasonable.
saying that too.
But you're
but
like,
I'm saying
also
there's
like,
also a
but
biological
if your
argument.
I'm saying if only your reason was that, then like then you're eugenics.
It's just like, yeah, you don't want those bad genes. Also, you don't want other bad genes.
Yeah.
Also, you want to get rid of all the
Yeah,
bad
yeah,
genes. Also, you want
right.
to drive to your friend's house,
Like,
see
if
his
I-
family.
Like at that point, like why would anyone want to go out with me? Because I'm like, oh, I have a liver disease. That's just a bad thing to have. They should kill off my whole bloodline.
You see, I have the best traits.
I just have really bad, what's it called, heartburn.
God.
Kill me.
I still want to. I don't know why, but me and my friends one time were talking about
Bloodline.
hypothetical superpowers. And I was like, can you imagine if you had the ability to just give people heartburn?
I still think when someone asks me, what's your superpower? I'm like, if I knew what to buy at all time, how to make really good food and what to buy at a grocery store to make it consistently. And they're like, that's it? And I'm like, yeah.
It's like, oh, I guess I could fly there.
Like, that'd be cool, but like, also if I could make like just a good broccoli dish every night for
But what
like
if
a
you could
week.
just give people heartburn?
That's
And like,
with
like
good
you had
cooking.
control. You had control over like the amount, like the severity of it.
Ooh.
Plus, like, think about like with the heartburn power.
How severe does it go to death levels of heartburn? Where
Have you had
actually
real bad
burn?
heartburn?
I
It's
have.
it can be real debilitating.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
saying it'll
know.
kill you, but it can like really just put a stop to whatever you're doing.
I'm scratching my armpit.
Okay.
Um,
I was like, do we want to go ahead and cut this off here because I know a lot's going to happen in between here and
Do you want to
coming
cut
back
it
here.
off?
I think this might be a good spot.
think
You know,
this is
it's
a
like
good
it's a nice
spot?
nice little stopping point right here.
I don't know if it's a good. Like, how come it's a bad spot? Like, what? No, stop. I'm the captain now. Why are we stopping it?
Because it's at 12 minutes.
No, but like I'm more of like a 15